Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeannie and this is Get This Glowing, and I am so happy that you're here. Today's video is going to be an easy beginner makeup for over 50s, all drugstore. It is a collab with my good friend Kimberly over on Pretty Over 50. She's a new channel, so I don't know if you have been over to her channel yet, but if you hadn't, you really need to. She is really awesome and she really knows her stuff about drugstore makeup, and she is just so polished and so put together. She is a retired graphics artist and graphics designer. I love to watch her videos. I don't know how YouTube just like popped her up right after she started her channel. And so I was just in love with her from the start. Her videos just right out of the gate just enchant you, and she just looks like she's been doing this forever. So if you have not been to her channel, just go over, skip over there, tell her that I said hi, show her some love, subscribe to her channel, because she is really, really good at this. And I really enjoy watching her videos, and I just enjoy her. And so we have become fast friends here on YouTube. Like I said, in today's video, I'm really excited to do this with her. It is an easy beginner makeup tutorial for the woman over 50, and it's all drugstore makeup. So, you know, I've had that beauty budget, and she's really helping me out with it. She's really turning me on to some good drugstore products. So we're going to get into it right now. So what I've done so far, I'm going to tell you about, because I've got my makeup, my foundation, and my concealer and my primer applied. But I want to tell you about those products that she's really turned me on to. So one of Kimberly's favorite primers is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. This primer really, for me, if you look at it, it comes out and it's kind of a gel face primer, and it has a very silicone feel if you've never tried this before. What it reminds me of is the Smashbox primer, not the primerizer. It reminds me of the one that's in the squeeze tube. I'll try to insert a picture over on this side of the product that I'm talking about, but they make one that is green and peach and then a clear one. It reminds me of the clear one, and it's feels very silicone based, and so it's, when it goes on, it's very blurring and it's tacky, but it just really gives a nice pore fill. It gives a nice blur to your skin. I really like it for those properties because it really smooths out your wrinkles. It smooths out your pores, or rather fills in your pores, and it just feels nice on your skin. And I used to use that product from Smashbox a lot for those properties, and so this is most likely probably a dupe for that Smashbox. What I'm wearing for foundation is the Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This one, just so you know, it does have denatured alcohol. I do have good skincare on, and I do feel like that with the consistency of that e.l.f. primer, that my skin has a good barrier between it and this foundation. But guys, this foundation is lovely. I have mine in the shade Classic Ivory, and I feel like it is a really nice color match for me. It's blending really well to my neck. I was so impressed when this went on. And there are a lot of drugstore foundations that I love. What I don't love is that a lot of them do have alcohol. But it is absolutely gorgeous. It did not even take what I would say would be a full pump. This one does not have a pump. I do love the packaging. It has a squeeze tube. It doesn't take much to get a full cover. I would say is a good medium to low full. You can build it up. It is absolutely gorgeous on your skin. I really hate it whenever I love a foundation that has alcohol in it. It's like the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I love that one. It has alcohol, but this one is so beautiful, and it does have an SPF of 50. It is a chemical sunscreen, but it does have your sunscreen. So, you know, it is just beautiful. And what makes it even worse is I feel like I have a really nice color in it that matches my skin. It's really beautiful. A Kimberly recommend. This is by RIMMEL. Guys, if you have not tried this, this is really beautiful when you put this on. So this is a first impression, but if you watch Kimberly's channel, she recommends this with such high regard that it is long lasting. It will not crease. It will not settle into your fine lines. She just, hands down, this is, I believe this is her top fave. And it is the RIMMEL Lasting Finish Breathable Lightweight Medium Coverage Concealer. And it comes in this packaging. So it does have a sponge tip applicator, which I don't mind at all. I have a lot of concealers that come with this type. Some people don't like this, but I don't mind it at all. If you squeeze it, you do want to squeeze gingerly because the hole at the tip is pretty big. Whenever you squeeze, you have to squeeze ever so lightly or you're gonna get a lot out on the tip. You can either take your finger and get it on the end of your finger and use that. I just, you know, apply it straight off the tip, and then once I apply it to, you know, dot it a few dots, I don't use much. I find that the older I get, the less concealer I use, the better. And then the brush that I have gone back to loving, if you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll know that for concealer, the brush that I love is the 1/2 inch oval Sapphire Robert Simmons brush that you pick up from Michael's. It's an arts and crafts, it's a paintbrush. So you pick it up at your local arts and crafts store. I don't know that the Robert Simmons Sapphire is sold at Hobby Lobby. Michael's has a better selection of paintbrushes than Hobby Lobby. But you can get this on eBay. So I really love the shape of this one. And it just allows me just to get into my inner corner very well and just smooth out the lines. And I just, you know, I can get really well inside the crease of my nose. I like this for concealer very much. It's my favorite. No matter how many high-end brushes I have, I always end up going back to this one. What we have chosen for our bronzer is a favorite of both of ours, and it is the WetNWild Sunset Striptease Bronzer. This is such a great bronzer, and I would say between this one and the NYX California Dreamin', these two are my two favorite drugstore bronzers. They're just both kind of sun-kissed, and they almost have like a little bit of a spicy reddish undertone, and they really make you look like you've had a little bit of sun, and it just, oh, it's so beautiful. There's a lot of good ones that came out whenever this one came out, like Ticket to Brazil, but this one is my absolute favorite. So I'm just going in with my Sonia G Inishige brush to apply this with. And I'm just going to put a little bit along my jawline, just because the older I get, the more like sagging that I'm having. I don't know if you guys are having a problem with that or not, or if it's just me, but I just don't seem to be able to find the perfect neck cream. If you guys know of anything that is really working on your neck, let me know, because I have not found it yet. Someone could make millions if they could create something that actually tightened this portion of your neck. If you could come up with something that actually worked, you would be rich. If you are not familiar or you've never bought the Profusion line of products, you're really missing out. Now, these are a drugstore brand that I purchase a lot of. I love this brand. I have a lot of their eyeshadow palettes, and it's just a quality product. So you can pick these up at Walmart, and pretty much anything that you buy from this brand, you're not going to be disappointed with. So we're using the Blush 2 palette, and I am going to use this, I'm going to still use this brush, but I'm actually going to go in with this shade Lovely right here. And I find that these blushes have really good staying power. They have a good tone. And I just had really good luck with this palette in particular. So they have a blush 1 and they have a blush 2. This is the blush 1 palette and this is the blush 2. So you can see how this one's just a little bit darker, this one's just a little bit lighter. But I really use the blush 2 quite a bit because I find that if you just go in with a lighter hand, you can make this one light. Okay, and that just gives your face the prettiest flush and glow. So I really, really love this palette. Again, most of the Profusion palettes are around the $10 price point. And so you really can't beat that. It's just a beautiful palette. For our highlight that we were going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter, and this is in Iridescent. So I'm going to use my Sonia G fan brush. And you can't go wrong with Physicians Formula. I have a lot of the butter products, the blush and the butter bronzers. I have some of the deeper butter bronzers, and I have a couple of the butter highlight. These products just melt into your skin really, really nicely. The only thing that I don't really care for in this line is I'm probably not the norm. I don't really like the scent. Now this has a little bit of that scent, but because it's the highlighter and not the butter bronzer, it doesn't have as much of the scent as the butter bronzers do. So if you don't like that scent either, the highlighter does not have that much of the scent. So like you're not just the smell. So if you're like me, you can still, I think you'll be okay with the highlighters. It won't bother you. Like I put up with the smell because the products are that good, and once you have it on your skin, the smell dissipates and you don't notice it anymore. And because the product is as good as it is, and it's made with that maru butter, it just melds to your skin, and it just becomes one with your skin, and it looks so good on a dry skinned person. In life, you pick your battles, and sometimes a product is so good that you just put up with some of the things that maybe you don't like. And the smell, it's not overwhelming with with the highlighters. And this highlighter has an iridescent sheen to it, so it catches the light really beautifully, and then sometimes it looks pink and sometimes it looks, you know, just very, very bright and brightening, and then sometimes it actually looks like it has a purple cast. And so, you know, I rather like highlighters like this. I have a lot of highlighters that have this kind of cast to it. So this is really, really a beautiful highlighter if you're looking for a good drugstore option and you like that white brightening light highlighter. Say like the Fenty Kilowatt Metal Moon, if you like that, this is a really good drugstore option. So it's just beautiful. So now let's get into the eyeshadow look. The Sultry palette. So again, this is by Profusion, and it's still available. It's a beautiful palette, and this is a dupe for the Born to Run palette by Urban Decay. So if you have never picked up the Born to Run palette, if you're not a fan of the Urban Decay formula, if that palette is just a little bit too expensive for you, but you like the shades in the Born to Run, then this palette right here might be something that you want to put on your wish list, because it is definitely a dupe for that palette. You can create a lot of the same looks with this palette, Sultry, as you can with the Born to Run palette. And I love this palette. So let's get started and see what kind of look we want to create. I am going to go first into this shade right here called Ideal. And I'm just going to lay that down all over the crease. And you do get some kick up. And I'm using a Sigma Taper Blending E40. And this is really just to put some powder down for blending. And then I'm going to go into this shade called Ecstatic right here. It's a nice peachy corally shade. And I'm going to put that right on my supraorbital bone and somewhat down to the crease. And it looks like in the pan that it has a little bit of a fleck to it, but it doesn't really show up on the lid. So that's why I'm really using it as a transition shade. And I just want to go high enough that I'm getting a little bit of a dark color on my supraorbital bone so that my hood will recess and go back a little bit. So I have to just double check and be sure, especially for some reason on this eye, I never do it quite well enough. I never get it quite high enough. So I have to always double check and take a stand back and look and make sure that I've gotten it dark enough. Maybe it's because I always start with this eye, and by the time I get to this eye, there's not enough color on my brush. I don't know. But I seem to always never do this eye as nicely as I do this eye. Maybe because I'm left-handed and I'm reaching across. I don't know what the problem is. But this eye is never as nicely done, in my opinion, as this eye. I can't help but think it's the angle with which I'm holding the brush. I got in that set of new Sigma brushes for doing your eyes, and it comes with a E33 detailed diffuse crease. This is the diffused crease. This is the E27 detailed blending. This is the firm blender, and then this is the Precision Firm Blender, the E42. So they're nice and small. So if you have a hood and you really need to get in there, like I have extra skin, and so if you need to get in there, these are nice and small so that you can actually get in there and get to that space. So I'm going to try, I think I'm going to go in with this one right here, which is a E42 Precision Firm Blender. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Wonder. And I'm just going to deepen up and see if this is dark enough to deepen up the crease, because I'm just trying to build a little bit of depth. And actually this brush is working really, really good, because sometimes I'll get it on the skin above and the skin below, but not the skin in the middle because my eyelids are so wrinkly. So that's why I got these brushes, was to see if that was going to help get to the skin in the middle between all of the wrinkles. So yeah, that's awesome. So it's like, yeah, hi, my name's Jeannie. I need to get to the skin that's in the middle. 50 years old. I need a brush that'll get to the skin in the middle. Oh my goodness. Trials and tribulations of a 50-year-old that likes makeup. And then this is really, really nice because it's small enough then that you can go down and grab the V. Oh, I'm liking these brushes. So if you've got crepey eyelids or saggy eyelids like I do, these brushes are really nice. Now I'm going to go in and try, let's see, what is this? Firm Blender, the E44 Firm Blender. And we'll just, it's a little bit bigger, so it can just go in and just blend everything nice. So there's no harsh edges anywhere. This is fantastic. Wow, okay, great. So now I am going to use a pop of color right on my lid, and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Focus. And I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to pop that right here. So I just find that shadows that are high shimmer, a little bit glittery, they work better if I just apply it first with my finger, and then I go in with a very flat brush, something like the MAC 217, and then I blend it across where I want it to go. And then that gives me just a little pop to my eye. And now I'm going to take a pencil brush, and this is the Sigma E30 pencil, and I'm going to go into this shade that is kind of a purpley brown called Nimble. And I'm going to use that under my lash line and then to tight line with. So I'm just going to go in, because I think purples or a purpley brown looks really nice with the warmth, the overall warmth of a corally, rusty look. We've picked Essence mascara. We decided that we would use a Revlon lippy. So the Revlon lippy that I'm going to be using is this Revlon lip, which is a matte Ultra HD lip color by Revlon. 640 Embrace, I think is the color. So that's what I have here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step off camera real quick, and I'm going to put on the mascara, which is the Sculpted Volume Lash Princess by Essence in this tube. I'm going to put on this, and I'm also going to do my eyebrows, which we didn't pick out anything for. So I'm just going to use the CoverGirl Honey Brown 715 Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. So it looks like this. And then I will be back in just a minute with that done. Okay guys, I am back and I am done with my look. I did apply the Essence, and this one is Lash Princess Sculpted Volume. It's the purple tube. That's how I remember Essence, whether it's the green or the purple. But this is the purple tube, and I have to say, I'm liking it. The purple, I think I've used the green, but this is my first purple tube use, and I like it. I like it very much. I don't know that the Revlon This kind of smells like watermelon bubble gum. So I love the scent, and I like the finish very much. I could have probably done better on the color. The color, I think, it is not quite the right shade. It's a little bit too pink. I wanted more of a coral, and I think the frosted glass is kind of off-putting for what the true tone is in the once you take it out of the container and swatch it. It's a little bit more pink than it is coral, so I think the frosted glass container is a little bit off-putting as far as the shade. So just know that whenever you're looking at the shade in the container, it's a little skewed because of the frosted glass. But I love the formula, and I love the way that it sits down. It's not tacky at all. It's wonderful. So I think I'm going to pick up some more of these because I like them very much. But I did use the CoverGirl Brow, and you know, I used this for a very, very long time, and then I started experimenting with other things. I just got the Anastasia Brow Wiz as a freebie for the Diamond Perk thing at Ulta, so I'm going to try that, give that a try, but I'm not going to pay for it. Like, if I had to pay for it, I wouldn't do it. But then I used the gel from the JOA, which is a dupe for your Nude Sticks eyebrow pencil. It is exactly the same as the Nude Sticks. I need to do a big dupes video. Because I'm just like, this is a dupe for this, this is a dupe for this, this is a dupe for this. I need to start writing this down. But anyway, I want to pick up the JOA pencil because I like the JOA eyebrow products very much, and this is only available at CVS. But I used their brow gel. I like the colors of these. The color is what I like so much about the JOA products. It has no red in it. So if you're looking for a product that doesn't lean red, you would love the JOA products very, very much. So what did I like out of what I used today that I had never used before? Everything. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, see, Kimberly really did a great job with her recommends. So I don't know if she has used this before or not, but I actually liked this very much, sans the alcohol. So will I use it again? Yeah, I just won't use it every day because it does have the alcohol in it, but it is lovely. Oh, this is a good one. As far as the color match, it just looks so good on your skin. Wow. Why do they have to put alcohol in everything? Oh, it is so disappointing. The only reason why I was okay to try this one is because it is Drugstore, but it is lovely. So, yeah, I'm very impressed by the primer. Very impressed by this one. So, loving it. And another winner. Loving this, loving this. Go pick it up. If you haven't tried this one and you're looking for a good concealer at a really good price, go pick it up. So I had so much fun doing this with Kimberly. If you have not checked out her channel, go give her some love. Tell her that I said hi and subscribe to her channel. She's got some great content over there. It's Pretty Over 50. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, or if you're from Kimberly's channel, I would love to have you here as a part of the Gen X Beautiful team. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then all you have to do is click the big red subscribe button below, and I would love to have you here. I am going to start doing my uploads on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and that's going to soon become my upload schedule, so be looking for that. I'm going to start getting on a schedule and being very regular with that. My car vlog, my vlogging camera is in for repair, and so I will be doing that again, picking that back up very soon, but the microphone is not working right. That's what was wrong with my last car vlog, so I will be seeing you in a car vlog soon. And so look for regularly scheduled content on my channel. I am working on getting that set up, and you will be seeing regularly scheduled content from me. And so I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope that today is treating you well. Bye guys!